you ready?
The 80 of NLR Andom. Out of the final corner, very narrow on the inside apex of turn 11. Wonder how that's going to affect the lap. 145.8 currently the time to beat Finn, 1.1 seconds off of that time. Currently on pole, the number 80 NLR Andom, and it is currently an NLR Esports 1-2. Coming across the line, Andom looking to improve, does improve 45.0. Finn also improves back up to P2. Just over half a second slower. Aiden up into P3, number 66 McLaren, and there are quite a few McLarens in the top 10. Still more times coming down the order. MSA Autosport number 3 with Matt M up into P2. And around and into the wall at turn 1. At least he has enough time to get back into the pit lane, repair that car, and get back out. Patrick Segek, 7 thousandths of a second faster than NLR Andom, but Patrick Segek up onto pole position. Irish up onto pole position of 44.9, now the time to beat. Radioactive jumped up into P3, and Matt M now on pole, 32 thousandths of a second faster than NLR Andom. And have we got a fight for pole position? This track still has some room to improve before the very end of qualifying. NLR Andom into the pit lane, now rolling out, and this is going to be the final time he will come out, and tied for lap time. Irish also 32 thousandths of a second slower than Matt M. The exact same lap time for P2. Patrick Segek, a 44.019. Now the time to beat Patrick back onto pole position. Very small margin for improvement needed to lock down that pole position for the time being. Patrick, and into the wall. That's not going to help his final lap hopes. Needs a big run, 43.8. Makes you wonder how much time he had in his pocket coming out of the final corner, but the first one down into the 43s, Patrick Segek. Juveline in a 43.8. Does Patrick Segek have enough to respond? The 792 of Telecom up into P2. Patrick Segek now from pole to third in one lap. The 888 of Walk Lizard. Patrick Segek had enough of 43.7. Who is next across the line? Will anyone be able to take that pole position away? Matt M, a 43.5, coming through with a large group of cars. Matt M currently on pole. Next across the line, the number 80, NLR Andom. We have seen Andom on pole multiple times in this qualifying session. Does he have enough to take that pole position back? All the way up against the wall. What is it going to be? Is it enough for a pole? Is it going to be an improvement? P2 for Andom. Well, after that eventful qualifying, let's take a look at our starting grid. Matt M took the pole position away at the very end of that qualifying session. NLR Andom P2 with NLR Esports, and it's MSA Autosport number 3 putting MSA Autosport on pole position. Patrick Segek P3 just behind the teammate, and Aiden the 66 with Exclusive Esports P4. Juveline and Northern Lights P5. Telecom with Exclusive just behind his teammate in P6. Irish P7 with Schwitzer Motorsport. Radioactive just behind his two other teammates with Exclusive Esports, P8 for Radioactive. Hope Blue P9. NLR Finn with NLR P10. Uncleaner Cross Exclusive Esports P11. Nico Laus GRL Motorsport P12. Tony Garona MSA Autosport P13. Marshall 88 Moss with Exclusive P14. Ritz and Flitza with Schwitzer Motorsport P15. Kai with Schwitzer Motorsport P16. Six Scared with XCL P17. Fast Fanatical with Exclusive Esports P18. Krigmit with MSA Autosport P19. Alex MG with GRL Motorsport Motorsport P20, Thrawn McCooney with Schwitzer Motorsport P21, Schumi with Old Farts P22, Petro with XCL Racing P23, Mad Sycaster with Exclusive Esports P24, OGFX with Super Swede Racing P25, NLR Panda with NLR Esports P26, Tesaurus P27 with Turtle Team Racing, Fitted Manager P28 with Velocity Endurance Racing, UGC Luke with Super Swede P29, P30 El Bambino with Schwitzer Motorsport, P31 Ninja with Super Swede, Walkman Lizard with Wide Awake Racing, Lucas with Schwitzer Motorsport P33, Nat JB P34 with Turtle Team Racing, Rathy P35, Steve is Awake with Wide Awake Racing P36, and Karpachev with NLR Esports P37. We approach the line, a few drivers in the pit lane, ready to start from the pit lane, but green, and we do have a couple drive-through penalties. The 414 of Tony Garona and the number 13 of, who was that, of Ninja, both getting drive-through penalties at the start. Side by side through the S's as our leaders, as everyone seems to have made it through nicely. They are fighting for position behind, though, as they are 2 wide, 3 wide in some spots, and all the way at the back of the field, they are 3 wide trying to make it into the bus stop. Does everyone negotiate it nicely? I think they're being as nice to each other as they possibly could be. It seems to be clean with minimal issues all the way through. Matt M holds on to the lead, at least down to the chute, but they are queued up behind 2 wide. Just behind are the 2 McLarens of Radioactive and Hope Blue. Hope Blue forced to the outside, will slot back in just behind Telecom. And we stay clean almost all the way through the first lap. Oh, very, very nearly we had contact between Tony Garona and the Krigman in that Ferrari. They are side by side through turn 8. And that does bring Kai in that Mustang into the factor there. We'll try to go through the inside. That door will be closed. Battle for the lead continues as Matt M looks to lead the field through the first lap, but that Ford Mustang with Andam at the wheel behind is going to be very hard to defend. But on the brakes into turn 1, and Matt M has at least held on to the lead for 1 lap. But we have had an incident behind the number 57 of NLR Panda, as we've got a battle for the lead. Can't step away just yet. NLR Andam in that Mustang with the superior top speed, running up through the S's. Not quite close enough to send it into the bus stop. What will slot back behind, and that Mustang showing pressure very early. Also Patrick Sagek in that McLaren just behind, as very, very wide for Matt M. Wonder if maybe he's pushing a little too hard. Seemed like he almost went into the grass. There is a bit of runoff, big curb that you can use outside there. Same thing coming out of the chute, or I guess this would be the 3rd lap of the race. And the leader, Matt M, has made a mistake off into the wall, does finally get the grip of that McLaren back, but NLR Andam will go up to the front of the field. P1 for NLR Andam, and has Matt M gotten that 2nd place position back? No, we'll have to slot in behind the number 29 of Patrick Sagek. And I don't know exactly what caused that run from Matt M to go so wide into the outer loop. We've also got a battle behind Irish, looking to take a position away from Juvelainen. Will have the inside. Juvelainen affords the space, but will have the inside when they come into turn 9. That Mustang trying it around the outside. Seems like he may do so. Juvelainen had to check up back out of that move as to not make contact, and Irish up into P5. We'll hold on to that position for now. Could be P4. We'll have to see when they come across the line, but Irish making moves going forward. And it is P4 for Irish. the number 29 of Patrick Segek. What has happened to Patrick Segek and the Ferrari just behind of Krignett off into the wall and around? What has happened? Did Patrick Segek have a spin on his own, or was there contact, and did that cause an accordion effect with the rest of the field? Patrick Segek down to P8, just in front of the number 8 BMW of Ritzenflitze. The battle for position behind Telecom in that Ferrari 296 has the inside into the bus stop. Does he give up the inside though? Does not. And Juvelainen holds on to that position. Very brave running there. It is a time where you've got to get comfortable. Juvelainen and Aiden fighting once again. And Juvelainen got a little loose coming through the bus stop, and he's gone around. Hard contact. Who was that contact with? It was not Telecom. It was not Patrick Segek. It was Radioactive. Juvelainen got loose in that McLaren and has made contact with the number 989 McLaren of Radioactive. Unsure of exactly the extent of that damage on Radioactive's McLaren, but that is a big off for Juvelainen from P3. Battle for position here between OGFX and Hope Blue into the toe. The BMW just got caught out, but you can push and pull one way or the other, but eventually there is a breaking point. The same thing with battles like these. That's part of that breaking point, trying to push too hard. And you do want to run very close to the outside wall coming out of the final corner, but that is very, very close, actually slamming against that outside wall. Has that caused a bit of a handling issue? It did seem that Andam had a slide through turn 1. Run wide out of turn 10. Does that give him a great run out of the final corner, though? All over the rear is Irish. We'll go on board with Irish. Not close enough into turn 1, just has to back out of it. But that pressure, you can see, is still beginning to maybe cause some cracks in Andam. And Irish with that slipstream all the way up through the S's. Will he be able to position this Mustang in an overtaking position into the bus stop? Gaining, gaining, gaining. We'll try and put it alongside. Eventually does have to back out of it though. Part of that is going to be as Andam goes 2 tires in the dirt and throws off the weight of the car into the outer loop, and he had a bit of a slide but does regain control. And part of the game that Irish is playing here, while he is not going to go for the overtake, as Andam gets a very poor line out of the chute, and Irish is going to take it late braking, goes around the outside at the toe, and Irish into the lead of this race. Uncleaner, Patro, and Fast Fanatical. Still these 3 fighting for position. And it looked like someone may have gone off the number 97 of Patro. And I think Patro has made a mistake. Fast Fanatical in that exclusive esports Ferrari 296 tries to find a way past, but was unable to take advantage of Patro's mistake. And is that going to give Patrick the run? Opts for the outside. It's really the only line that Aiden was going to give him. They'll try it 2x2. Does not work. Aiden and Patrick make contact. Patrick had to abandon the chicane. 4 wheels in the air trying to rejoin the racing surface. Hope Blue had to abandon the bus stop and makes contact, a re-entry onto the racing surface, and Hope Blue is around. Patro still trying to find a way past Uncleaner, and has Uncleaner come across traffic? No, dives into the pit lane. And that is going to leave these three to fight. Fast Fanatical caught out as Thron McCooney will slot in just ahead. Runs very wide, though, and side by side through the S's. The Mustang has the inside, though, and will take the position. Now the Mustang will try to exercise its higher top speed onto the Ferrari, but is forced wide for now. Patro and Thron into the bus stop. Patro takes the inside, holds the position for now. Telecom all on his own in P3, does not have any slipstream help from anyone. But side by side for P4 as they make contact once again. And what has happened to Patrick? I think he has been sent to the pit lane. Irish out of turn 9 into turn 10. When is Andom going to come off the jacks? Irish out of the final corner. You can hear him rolling down the front straight. And when does Andom come off the jacks? It's going to be a while. Irish is well into the lead. Andom rolls off the jacks, but is not going to be right behind Irish where he was, and Irish has played this strategy perfectly. And who is the 28 of Lucas right there with OGFX having a battle? OGFX had to abandon the corner, though. I think may have been turned slightly from the front bumper of Lucas. Fast Fanatical and Patro came together. I don't know if that was induced by contact or just overdriving the car into turn 1. Thron and Patro continuing this fight. And I wonder if Thron had made a mistake because he had this move closed off. Did Thron also not take tires? As they are side by side running a dead heat into turn 8. Thron tries it around the outside, but it's very hard to make that stick. And will he try the crossover into 9? Will not. Does he try and force Patro deep into 9? Patro does not take the bait, and Patro is up ahead and is pulling away from Thron. And now Uncleaner has a run up the hill through the S's. And coming up to the bus stop, Tesaurus goes defensive. Uncleaner as they go 2 by 2 like it's a formation lap through the bus stop. Uncleaner slots in ahead of Tesaurus. And OGFX goes wide off into the grass. Lucas all on his own, but OG is going to drop down many positions. Irish leading the final lap. We'll see if he's leading whenever they come across for the checkered flag. Aiden. Is Aiden out of fuel? He's got a lot of damage on that McLaren. Is Aiden out of fuel? Or does he just have so much damage that he can't run full speed? I think Aiden may be just about out of fuel, or that car is just undrivable. One of the two. What was a battle is no longer a battle. Uncleaner and Tesaurus fighting into the chute as they go side by side, fighting for position. Right here at the end into the toe. Is it going to be late braking? They make contact. Tesaurus off into the grass and Tesaurus into the wall. Uncleaner has to check up and allows Tesaurus to hold on to the position. As Irish, with just 2 more corners to go, is in a perfect position. 1 more to go as the clock rounds down to 0. And out of the final corner, it is going to be a win for Irish, a win for Schwitzer Motorsport. And it is exactly the win that Irish was looking for and definitely deserved with that run. Andom takes home P2, and Telecom for Exclusive Esports gets onto the podium, will bring home P3. NLR Finn with his teammate on the podium, as they will bring it home. P4 for Finn. Nico Lausch in P5. As the Aston Martin has just a little longer to go. Lucas did manage to finish ahead of Tesaurus and Uncleaner. Is it going to be a GRL side-by-side finish? Yes, it is. The number 99 and the number 999 of Alex MG and Nico Lausch with a side-by-side finish. The teammates there for GRL Motorsport. Kai brings home P6, Patro P7, Thrawn McCooney P8, unable to hold off Patro. Fast Fanatical P9. It's Irish with the fastest lap and taking home the checkered flag with Schwitzer Motorsport, NLR Andom in P2 with NLR Esports, and SRE Telecom bringing home a podium for Exclusive Esports. That is going to bring an end to round 2 of the Exclusive Esports Pro Series. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you with the next round.